It's the champagne pouring, big joint rolling, Bombay sipping, no blunt smoking, bad bitch.
Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? We just want to give a little post-draft, a little recap of the league and see how everybody's doing well or not doing well. Dan, we're looking at you. I'm going to send that back over to Paradise. He's got some numbers for us, and he's going to give us a little details about the draft.
When you talk, don't stare at yourself in the picture.
Yeah, I know,
you actually got to look at the
That's
camera.
true.
Nonetheless, so yeah, we had our draft like we know. It was a little bit hectic. I apologize to anyone who wants to be a little bitch and complain about me pausing the draft the whole way through. But, when you're at Draft Central and you got douchebag Lucas without internet calling the draft picks in. And
He shits in a pot, right? Listen to his mother-in-law's.
I think it's the outhouse, actually. Give him a little bit more credit. It's essentially
whatever.
All right, so let's get to the draft. After the draft, I went ahead and went through and using the ESPN projections, I went ahead and ranked the draft. Projected all the stats, who would win what, and then got the averages. Well, basically, I just sat at work for about 3 hours and didn't do any fucking work and just sat on Excel and played around with this.
So
Chris,
goes America.
Yeah, exactly. All right, getting into the draft results. Surprisingly, it turned out that Lucas had the best draft overall, which I really don't understand how he did that. Well, actually, you know what? It makes a little bit of sense now, seeing that he had unlimited amounts of time to make all of his picks. And he was getting draft advice from everyone here. So me, you, and, well...
A.K.A. me and you.
Yeah, let's be honest. Dan wasn't giving that good draft advice. If you watch Dan's draft, you know why. I mean, it's essentially like taking draft advice from Kevin. Like, who the fuck is injured on the DL or who's old and washed up? I'm going to draft that motherfucker.
And we were kind of drunk, so we were offering up advice.
Follow up after Lucas, actually, Paul came in second, surprisingly, since he didn't draft any speed whatsoever. Then after that, we actually had Chris Wicker and Michael Jennings actually tied for third, which not surprising just because Michael was on auto draft, so of course going off, stats are based on ESPN projections.
And Wicker drafted the entire San Francisco Giants pitching staff.
And also pretty much the entire Pittsburgh. After that, then we had Nathan and Smithers, which actually, Nathan was at fifth place. And then after that, Smithers and myself tied for sixth. Well, that would be seven. No, that's six. That's right. These rankings.
Yeah,
my brain breaks.
Yeah.
But the thing that surprised me about that was when we were doing the draft, Kevin drafted terribly. Like, every time that he picked someone, it was just in my mind, I was like, did he not do any research whatsoever? Because I'm pretty sure he picked everyone that was either hurt, just coming off a DL, or about to go on the DL, or just completely washed up. Carlos Beltran, I mean, seriously, I don't think that guy's been on the field in the past 3 years.
That dude's knee is more fucked up than Jenna Jameson's vagina, okay?
After that, we actually had Jay Wright and John tie for 8, which we'll get to it here in a minute. We're going to go a little bit by each team on some surprising draft picks, which John apparently he didn't compete in the draft, but his draft rankings, he set them before, and it's actually very surprising how it worked out with his picks. But let's get to really the meat of this conversation, and that is dead last, Mr. Dan Gager. And this comes to no surprise to anyone, seeing the fact that Dan had the number 2 pick in the draft. So when you're sitting there at number 2, Paul, who would you think to draft? I mean, you have pretty much everyone. Everyone knew Pujols would be off the board at this point.
Yeah, let me think. Hanley Ramirez, the best shortstop in the game.
When there are only, pretty much 3 good shortstop candidates.
Yeah.
Even above that, he's one of the best all-around players you can get, and he's still young, has not hit his prime, and has not even had his explosive season yet.
Complete fall-off once Tulowitzki is off the board, almost a complete fall-off from shortstop.
Dead drop from there. But instead of going with any position players, instead of going after power, batting average, RBIs, runs, he goes after a pitcher. But not just any pitcher. He doesn't even go after the best pitcher on the board. He goes after arguably one of the best pitchers in the game.
Cy Young winner last year.
But still a pitcher that is not going to get you any wins at all because he plays for the worst team in the league. Felix Hernandez. Let's dive into a few of the draft surprises. Like we just said. All right, Felix Hernandez at number 2. I'm pretty sure that shocked everyone. But I want to get back to John's draft because this was a little bit surprising. John, I'm not too sure if you were meaning or wanted to get Joey Votto with your 10th pick because there's a little bit of a commissioner error where I didn't think that you probably pre-ranked your players differently, so I just drafted the next highest person on the board for you.
Probably helped you, actually.
Yeah, it probably did, because looking at your next picks, I'm pretty sure I'm the only thing that saved you. Yeah, because you followed that up immediately with Ichiro, which, yeah, I mean, he's going to get you a great average, but once again, plays for one of the worst fucking teams offensively. Actually, the worst team offensively. But fortunately, you know, I got Miguel Cabrera, so that threw a kink in everything. I had no idea he'd fall that far.
Of course, Miggy's a drunk-ass bitch.
He's a drunk ass. More the reason why wouldn't you want him? Exactly.
For real. Hey, thumbs up.
Cheers.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I thought you were cheering.
I can. I took a bitch.
Cheer you.
Yeah. Cheer you.
Cheer you. Okay.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna include that in video because
that's not even the bloopers. That's just one of those awkward moments on live camera.
Yes. Awkwardness wins awards.
So let's get on to Kevin, because Kevin's picks actually, I think, surprised everyone just because of how terrible they seem to be.
I think Kevin was a little bit overconfident because he was a faux winner last year.
The pseudo winner. He
winner.
didn't win, really. Okay.
He won.
You won, Kevin. I give you that. You won. The only reason you won is because I'm a drunk ass and I party like a fucking rock star, and I had to sleep until 3 o'clock. When you sleep into 3 o'clock on a Sunday, you don't remember Sunday game started about 11. So I didn't get my starting pitchers in.
You had picked up the correct players about 2
them all
o'clock the prior morning.
Somehow did not submit my current lineup, so I didn't get the stats. So Kevin won barely. Nonetheless,
overconfident Kevin.
One thing that surprised me that Kevin went. Okay, so he got Pujols first round, obviously, but then he immediately went Joe Mauer with his 20th pick, his next pick in the second round, which. That's awesome. Joe Mauer is a great player. He's going to get you a solid 313 average. He's going to knock in.
But a catcher?
Sometime 90 people and 110 RBIs. But he's only going to hit like 7 home runs because he plays in the worst field at home for hitting. And just the sheer fact the power's not there. The power never was there. I think his career high was maybe 24, but last year he hit 8 home runs. And it's not going to get any better.
That's about what you're going to expect.
Moving on to some of your other shitty picks. Your 5th round pick, and this one, as soon as it happened, I just started laughing my ass off. This was one player I was not going to touch no matter where. You got Adrian Beltre, which, he actually had a career year with Boston last year. A great year.
But guess what? He plays for Texas now.
At third base.
But guess what they have? Oh, a future All-Star, Michael Young.
At third base also. Who are going to be splitting further a few rounds down? You got Jonathan Papelbon, which Papelbon was awesome in 2008 and 2009. He was great. If you didn't see him last year, maybe it's because he was on my
terrible.
Team. He had over a 4 ERA. Blew like 10 saves. It's terrible.
Have you ever heard of Daniel Bard?
Yeah. The guy behind that throws 98 heat, he's going to be the closer by All-Star break.
I think
really
J-Dub got him.
On that one.
Did J-Dub get him? I think J-Dub got him.
I can check. Slapping the base, man.
Slapping the base, man.
He did actually, yeah. He got him in the 23rd round. And that's actually great. Way to go, Jay, right? That's actually a good pick.
You got Dan, Kevin, and John. They really had the worst drafts in the entire league. Everybody else had pretty solid drafts because it's a 10-team league, and hell, baseball is pretty fucking deep.
Yeah.
So.
But when it comes down to it, you don't really have to worry seeing that half of these players won't be on your roster by the All-Star break.
Except Pedro Alvarez, because he's going to hit 57 home runs and be an all-star. Isn't that right, Paradise? Someone's jealous.
Well, before we turn it over to Calhoun, just want to say...
start thinking about it.
Yeah, please start thinking about it. Our next video, we already know we have a couple interviews set up, a few features that we're going to do. We're going to have the definitive interview with Dan Gager. We're going to cover with him personally what he thought about his draft picks. We're going to ask him a little bit about the stock market. We're going to limit him to about 15 seconds because we know what happens when you start talking about the stock market with Dan. We're also going to give our buddy Kevin Smithson a shout. He's heading out to Texas, next weekend, I believe?
I believe so.
We can come up here soon.
72-ounce steak challenge.
Yeah, said something about this challenge. We're hoping that he will have documentation of this so we can post it along with it. So those are a couple things coming up.
Would be ideal.
Also, if you notice, there are a couple of trophies already awarded for the best draft and the draft bust, as well as pay attention through the season because each week we're going to be giving out a Player of the Week award. Whoever has the best player in fantasy baseball on their team gets the award. And an interesting thing about the trophies, it's actually another competition entirely because you get points throughout the year for each trophy you get, so it'll be something to keep an eye on. If you have any ideas for trophies or awards you want to give out, let me know. I can add them in there and give them out. Without further ado, I don't think I have really anything left. So, Paul, if you don't have anything, we can turn it over to Calhoun. Few words of wisdom.
Well, for the most part, I'm just bored out of my mind. I didn't really realize I was going to be in this video. Kind of a last-minute thing. If I would have known that this was going to be what all it entailed, would not have participated from the front. Pretty much just refilled drinks and sat back here and did nothing. But I appreciate the ask by Paul. He always did a good job.
Just do champagne all night, never worry about a damn thing.